So you should title it Constructing Right Angles and Squares. And the first thing that we're going to do is construct a right angle. And I'm going to state the goal over on this right side. Goal. Construct a right angle at point C. So construct First, you're going to draw a perfectly straight segment with your straight edge. Maybe give it like an inch below your little heading, and maybe make it an inch or inch and a half wide. And you're going to use very, very small points. Try not to make them super large. As small as you can, and also tell that there's a point there. Label that A and B, and somewhere in between put point C. I'm going to put it, again, a very small point, barely that you can tell there's a point there. Label that point C. Doesn't have to be in the middle exactly, but it'll be best if you attempt to put it in the middle. So our goal is to construct a right angle at point C, and this is how we're going to do it. What you're going to do is put the pointy end on point C and make it small enough so that you don't draw outside of, I'll say it again, so you don't draw outside of your end point. I guess they weren't talking to me. So this is too big because I'm drawing outside of my end point. I want it small enough so that I draw on the inside of my end point. You're putting down the pointy end. Putting down the pointy end and then just drawing a little arc on between C and B. And what I do is I rotate my paper because it's easiest, and then between A and C. So I have two arc marks that are the same distance away from point C, equidistant from point C. The next thing you're going to do is open up your compass so that it spans between the two arcs that you just made. So I'm going to put the pointy end on this one, and then just make sure it traces out this same arc, and it does. And then I'm going to make an arc above point C, so I'll twist it around, make an arc above point C, make an arc below point C, just like that. It's kind of like a little semicircle almost. And then I'm going to turn my compass around and then place the pointy end on the other arc that I had. Make sure the distance is correct. It kind of went a little off. Too far. And you're doing the same thing so that you make two intersection points. So intersection there, so it looks like that. The last thing that I'm going to do is make sure I put my pencil on this arc, and then I'm looking at this top part. And it should line up, or pretty close to line up, and then I'll go from point C all the way up, and I should have a perfect right angle.